knight 4?
Rook takes bishop.
Oh, I didn't see that. Rook to queen 7.
Pawn takes queen. Checkmate.
Is this what we do when there's no teacher here? We play chess? Where's the board? Where are the pieces?
In our heads.
You are spooky. You know that?
Well, this is easy. They're playing Monopoly.
You're all spooky. If Mr. Moore ever gets here, would you tell him I want to see him? The atomic weight of beryllium. Darlene.
9.0122.
Academic assassins. I love it.
Morning.
Morning, Mr. Moore.
I'm sorry I'm late. I had to make a quick stop downtown at Skulls R Us. It's a prop for a play at my theater. I am finally directing my life's dream. The greatest play ever written.
The Rocky Horror Show.
Okay, the second greatest. Hamlet. I assume we're all familiar with the story?
Well, there's this teenage couple whose car breaks down and this guy in a garter belt and fishnet stockings is at the door.
Yeah, not the Rocky Horror Show, Janice.
Oh, that's Hamlet. Hamlet is summoned home to the Danish court at Elsinore by news of his father's death.
We know the story, Janice.
No, wait a second. You know, nobody ever lets poor little Janice here finish a sentence. You know what I think? I think one sentence on any subject is all she knows. So what do you say we let her continue this time? Come on. Hamlet summoned after his father's death? Then what happens, little Miss IQ Queen?
Hamlet is confronted with the fact that his mother, the queen, has married his uncle, whom he suspects of having murdered his father.
Okay. So the kid got lucky.
Very good, Janice. Anybody else?
We took a seminar on Hamlet last year at NYU.
I analyzed the post-Freudian aspect of the Gertrude-Claudius relationship.
I compiled a study of the botanical references.
Maria and I ran a computerized word frequency analysis.
I guess I don't have to rent the movie for you. This is great, because I'm very excited about this production that I'm doing. It's taken me years to gear up to do it, and I think that it breaks the barriers between Shakespeare and a contemporary audience. And who's more contemporary than you? And that's why I'd like you to come see it and tell me how you feel about it.
Great.
We'll get to see your theater?
Let me warn you, it's a somewhat experimental production.
Don't you think it's a little risky to mess with Shakespeare?
Why not? Guy's not sacred. I mean, I've even messed with the idea that the guy everybody thought was Shakespeare didn't actually write the plays.
No way.
Mr. Moore, why do you always do this?
Do what?
Make us nervous.
Keep an open mind, okay? For example, there are a lot of very smart people, yours truly included, who think that the Earl of Oxford was the only writer of the Elizabethan era who had all the necessary qualifications.
Mr. Moore, you're causing anxiety, okay?
It's just an idea. It's nothing to be afraid of. I mean, especially now that so many scholars believe that Shakespeare's plays were written by the old Earl.
Wow, you're right.
Except for one slight problem. That would mean that the Earl wrote Macbeth 2 years after he died. Nobody's that talented.
You've got him.
Only if you accept the conventional dating of Shakespeare's plays.
I'm afraid he's put you away, Arvid.
There he goes again. The guy's Mr. Flip-Flop. Is there anyone else you'd like to agree with?
I'm sorry. You're right.
Stop it.
Okay. So where were we?
We were waiting for you to start class.
Class. I knew there was a reason we came in today.
Can you believe this place?
Darlene, this isn't Cats. This is minimalist theater. They dispense with all the trappings of commercial theater.
Yeah, like seats.
It's different. I like it.
No shock there.
I hope this isn't one of those plays where the actors come into the audience.
Man, don't worry, there's no room.
Have you got any Raisinets?
Is that all you could think about, food?
No. I'd also like a beverage.
Welcome, everybody. Dennis, get off the stage. We're all set, so thank you for blinding me, Janice. I feel like I'm doing Oedipus Rex. I'm going to be very honest with you here. It's a strange feeling. I'm kind of uncomfortable.
You should try these benches.
I guess it's because you're my class and because you're our first audience, and I'm very eager to hear what you think.
Let me save you some time, Mr. Moore. Joala Hall here loves it.
Fine, I hope he does. I just want him to see it first. And incidentally, let's just dispense with the polite after-theater chit-chat. You know, nice, interesting, hey, what can I say? Because I want good, honest, constructive criticism. And I would like you to write it down. You don't have to sign your name. Just leave your comments in my mailbox at school, okay?
Do we get extra credit?
Only in life, Maria.
What good is that gonna do me?
And please, no photos during the performance, okay?
My father's spirit in arms. All is not well.
I am thy father's spirit. Mark me.
I will. That is the question. That is the question. Whether 'tis nobler in the mind to suffer the slings and arrows of outrageous fortune, or to take arms against a sea of trouble and by opposing end them,
and by opposing
to die.
To sleep. Whether 'tis nobler in the mind to suffer the slings and arrows
To
of
die.
outrageous fortune, or to take
To
arms
sleep.
against a sea of troubles, and by
To
opposing
die.
end
To
them.
sleep. No more. Get thee to a nunnery, go.
Oh, what a noble mind is here o'erthrown.
Alas, poor Yorick. I knew him, Horatio.
Morning.
Hi. You're the big winner this morning.
From my kids in the honors class.
What's the matter? You're no longer speaking?
No, they came to see a rehearsal of my Hamlet. Feel like I'm being graded by my own students.
Are you happy with it?
I am thrilled. I really went out on a limb with this one. It's not the Hamlet that people expect to see.
Hamlet? Ah, the sweet prince, the melancholy Dane.
You know the play, I take it.
In my youth, my name was quite familiar in many a dinner theater.
You never told me you were a waiter.
An actor, Mr. Moore. An actor. It was just a hobby, of course. Somewhat like your teaching career.
Charlie's directing Hamlet right now. Maybe you'd like to go see it.
Hamlet needs the mind of a craftsman and the eye of a poet. Pity just anyone can get their hands on it.
So how many tickets should I put you down for?
Saved by the Bell.
Morning.
Morning.
I got your comments. I haven't had a chance to read them yet, but I'll go through them during lunch hour, okay? I hope the trip was worth it on Saturday.
Yes, thank you. I had a good time. Really.
Yes, it was nice.
That was interesting.
Hey, what can I say?
Fine. Well, back to the real world. We were talking about Roosevelt and the Great Depression and the New Deal. So today we're going to be talking about the WPA and the TVA. The WPA Why don't we just take a couple of minutes out of class and I'll read through them?
You're not going to read them out loud.
Why not?
Well, that means other people can hear them.
That's what out loud means. Look, if some of them are a little critical, it's all right. I asked for honesty, and besides, remember, these notes are anonymous. So why don't I just start with the first one? A pure, unadulterated, I can't read the next word.
Treasure.
Well, so much for anonymity, huh?
Thank you, Jawaharlal.
No, thank you. You should be very proud.
I am.
Very proud.
Okay, now let's try to keep them anonymous, okay, gang?
Very proud.
If it's not broken, don't fix it. You're headed for certain failure by smothering it under a lagniappe of subculture kitsch and B-movie claptrap. Lagniappe.
It's something gratuitous.
It's an interesting comment. Of course, one person's B-movie claptrap might be another's contemporary symbolism. But try not to let me know who wrote what, okay? Problem with experiments is that they often blow up in your face. In the play, Polonius says, neither a borrower nor a lender be. And he was right. To lend your ideas to a classic play such as Hamlet, or even worse, to borrow ideas from Sylvester Stallone. Very interesting, thank you.
You're welcome.
Of course, I don't know what you mean. I didn't see any boxing rings, and Hamlet's not walking around saying, yo, Adrian, absolutely.
I don't understand this. It was fabulous.
Jawaharlal, maybe you'd better just keep out of this, okay?
All things considered, I'd give it a 9. Not bad.
Keep reading.
I'd give it a 9 on a scale of 1 to 100. Okay, I'll read one more. And then we'll go on to a happier subject, the Depression. Why don't we just go on to the Depression? March 13th, 1933, Roosevelt decided to reopen the banks. And tell me this, Dennis, where in this society is a better place for Hamlet to have the debate between intellect and emotion than on video?
You do not put video on stage. You put live actors on stage. Video belongs in the den.
Thank you. I'll make a note of that. 1933, FDR decides to reopen the banks. Maria, I wanted Hamlet's mother to die from food poisoning rather than go for the cliche of the poisoned wine. And I thought it was a good use of the motel coffee shop.
Can I be honest?
Why stop at honest? Why not go straight to brutal like everyone else?
I don't know, call me a romantic, but I just think that something is lost when you replace the poisoned goblet with tainted shrimp Louis.
Anybody else agree with Maria? I'll make a list of these things. Okay, video. And shrimp Louis. Uh-huh. And I guess you all hated the concept of Rosencrantz and Guildenstern being portrayed as the two bickering movie critics, Siskel and Ebert.
What was the point?
I couldn't even tell who was who.
Well, that was easy. I mean, Siskel was Guildenstern, and Ebert was Roosevelt in 1933, chose to open those banks.
Excuse me, Mr. Moore. Video? Shrimp Louis? What does that have to do with the Roosevelt era?
Two things you couldn't get during the Depression.
What about jobs?
Good. Jobs. Hey, look, everyone.
Mr. Moore, you know you frighten me. Listen up, people. There's been a change in schedule. We will be facing Buchanan, Stuyvesant, and then Brooklyn Tech.
Oh, wonderful. Hey, wish I was going with you guys.
Don't even think about it. Go team!
Mr. Moore, we're doing this because we like you.
Let's face it, Mr. Moore, the whole concept is a bust. You don't tamper with tradition.
It's a good thought, but I was merely trying to contemporize.
It doesn't need to be contemporized. I mean, it's so right when it's done right.
Mr. Moore, I would seriously consider making a few little major changes.
You would?
It's not one of us, Mr. Moore, even two of us. It's all of us. We all think you've made a terrible, terrible mistake.
They could be right, Mr. Moore.
To Jawaharlal.
But personally, I think it's terrific.
Thank you. Unfortunately, telling me it's terrific doesn't help me improve the play.
Mr. Moore, you've improved it enough. But don't worry. We can fix it.
Well, I've got a week's rehearsal till opening night, so let's start at the beginning. Act 1, Scene 1. Okay.
I just want to tell you again how much I enjoyed the play and the opening night party.
Thank you very much.
Oh, by the way, could you tell me a little bit about the guy who played Fortinbras?
Stay away from him.
Too late.
So how'd the play go?
Was it great?
It was great. Standing room only.
We can't wait to see it tomorrow night.
Well, it was everything I hoped for. I don't think I've ever had a better opening night.
Hey, have there been any reviews yet?
This morning, you want to hear them?
Yes, sir.
Of course.
Something's rotten in Newark.
Medic!
Charles Moore's Hamlet fulfilled Shakespeare's intentions in at least one respect. His production was a tragedy for all concerned.
Well, you ruined his play. I hope you're all happy. You shouldn't have listened to them.
Hey, lighten up, man. They feel bad enough as it is.
They? It was your brainwave to drop the video.
No. All I said was that I personally hated it. She's the snob who called it B-movie claptrap.
I didn't hear you disagree, Dennis.
What about Eric's brainstorm?
I didn't say throw out the motel concept, just the neon sign.
Who told him to cut out the rock music?
That's not what I meant, Arvid, and you know it.
All I said was to make it scarier. One little thing.
I told you all along, leave it alone. I liked it.
I haven't forgotten. You were proud of me.
Very proud. No one said to me, Jawaharlal, why do you like the play? But I'm going to tell you anyways. I always thought Hamlet was about these strange people in an old dark castle. Nothing to do with people like me. But then I saw Mr. Moore's Hamlet, and I realized it is about me. It was all so clear. To be or not to be. Mr. Flip-Flop. You didn't have to change it.
I didn't.
You didn't?
No.
Very proud.
Wait, you didn't change what?
I didn't change anything.
Not even the motorcycles?
Kept it.
The lipstick?
Mm-hmm.
The video?
Especially the video.
Wait, all of it?
Everything is the same.
Well, great.
Why, great.
He bombed. We didn't.
Nice, Dennis. Well, Mr. Moore, why didn't you change it?
I'll tell you, it took me a long time to work up the courage to do this production. I mean, it was a pretty scary experience. And I did it. And then I looked at your comments, and there they were again. All of my old fears. The fear of putting yourself on the line, the fear of taking risks, the fear of failure. When I read your comments, all I saw was, don't take chances.
That's right.
I guess that's what upset us most about the play. You took chances, and we're not used to that.
Maybe my problem with it was, I don't know if it shows, but I'm pretty conservative. I like my pants cuffed, my tie striped, and my Hamlet dull. So I guess the whole thing was...
Threatening.
But you're wrong. It wasn't.
Wait a minute. Does anybody realize that Jawaharlal has been disagreeing with us ever since this whole thing started?
You're right. I have. But I really did like the play.
Well, you're not alone. I'll share a few others with you. And I quote, an audacious triumph. An occasionally brilliant and original Hamlet. If you liked your Hamlet provocative and challenging, Newark's the place to be.
Mr. Moore, you must be very, very...
Please, don't say it.
But you must be.
Yes, I am.
Oh, nice reviews, Charlie.
Thanks. Some of them were.
Mr. Moore, I gotta be honest with you. When I went to see your show, I thought I was going to hate it. I thought when I walked in here today, I wasn't going to be able to look you in the eye. But you know, you surprised me. Your production of Hamlet was nice. Very interesting. Hey, what can I say?